Welcome to Heather's Home Crochet. My name's Heather and in today's tutorial we're going to be looking at the bubble stitch. So to get started on our bubble stitch we need to create a foundation chain. I'm using some Aran weight yarn and a 6mm hook, and I have created a foundation chain of 16. Now for this stitch type, the bubble stitch, the foundation chain needs to be in an even number, and then you can get going. So to start our first row we just need to create a row of single crochets. So into the second chain from the hook, so not the one counting on the hook 1 and 2, you just want to insert your hook into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and again into the next one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can just continue this way all the way to the end until you reach your last chain, and then we'll work on creating the bubble row, which is really exciting. The bubble stitch features in quite a few of my patterns, and it's a stitch that I actually didn't like when I first started crocheting because I thought it took too much time, it was too long, but actually it gives a really lovely texture to your work, and if you're willing to be patient, the design really pays off. So yeah, let's meet back at the end, and I'll show you how to move on to the next row after you've completed your row of single crochets. So once you've created your row of single crochets, your work should look a little something like this. If I let go, that's going to curl. That's totally normal, so don't worry if yours does too. So to start our bubble row, we need to chain 3. So we're yarning over and pull through for 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to turn our work. This chain 3 counts as a stitch, so each bubble stitch will result in 6 loops on your hook, and you'll understand what I mean at the moment, but in this first stitch it's 5. So what we are going to do is we're going to be doing double crochets to create our bubble. I'm using US terms. If you'd like a conversion chart for US versus UK crochet terminology, you can find that in the description box below, and I'll link to my blog. So to create our double crochet, we're yarning over, inserting, yarning over and pulling through for 3 loops on the hook. Then you want to yarn over and pull through the first 2. Now to complete a double crochet, we would yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 on our hook, but we're not actually completing this stitch just yet. So we're going to continue as if we were going to create another double crochet. So leaving those 2 loops on your hook, you want to yarn over and insert again, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and you'll have 3 loops left on your hook. So we are going to continue this way until we have 5 loops on our hook. So yarn over to create another double crochet, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 5 loops on our hook, which is the start of our first bubble. So now we need to complete this stitch. So we're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on the hook, and then you want to do a single crochet into that very next stitch here, that V stitch, to anchor your bubble down. So just insert into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And if you turn your work over, you can see you've created that lovely bubble stitch. You might have to do a few more to get the real effect, but it's starting to come together. So now we need to work a bubble stitch into our next stitch. So we're going for those double crochets again, yarn over and insert into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. 2 loops on your hook, start your next double crochet. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. Next double crochet. So you have 5 double crochets in each bubble stitch spot, apart from your first one where you'll have 4. So we've got 4 loops on our hook, so we're aiming for 6 loops after we've done our double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on that hook, and you want to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, and then single crochet into the very next chain space to anchor that bubble stitch down. Pull your yarn up. You can see on this side how that bubble stitch is working now. So the bubble stitch is not reversible, it's only on one side. So and we're always working our bubble stitches from the back, so they pop out on the front. So we've done our single crochet. We're going to create one more bubble with you, and then I'm going to leave you to finish your row, and I'll meet you back at the end so we can move on. So yarning over and inserting, we're creating those double crochets, or the start of them anyway. Yarn over, pull through 2, next double crochet. And another one. One more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, and then anchor that bubble stitch down by single crochet into the very next stitch. Okay, so I will leave you to carry on that way all the way to the end of your work, and when we get to the end I'll meet you back and we can have a look at moving on to our next row. So once we come to the end of our row, we will have done a bubble stitch, a single crochet, and then we'll have 1 chain space left. So we end the row on a bubble just as we started. So to create those double crochets into the very last stitch, I'll do it quickly for you now. So we're looking for 6 loops on our hook. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. 5 loops on our hook, 1 more. And then you want to pull through all of those just to hold those bubbles down. Now we're at the end of our row, so we're going to chain 1 to secure it and then turn our work. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we only work our bubbles on the back of our work, so the wrong side. So when we turn our work after a bubble row, to start our next row, to be able to get to the back again, so to work to this side, to be able to turn our work and build another bubble row, we have to do a row of single crochet. So at the tops of our bubbles might be a bit elongated, as you can see there, but you are just crocheting into every chain space on the top of that row. So you have a big one where the top of your bubble is, and then you'll have a smaller one here, which was the top of your single crochet. So we are single crocheting in each of those along until we get to the end. So a bigger stitch, and then single crochet into the smaller stitch next to it. Sometimes it's easy to miss the smaller stitches, but it's important to keep those numbers right, that you still single crochet into them. So carry on this way on your work until you reach the end, and then we can start our next bubble row. I'm nearly at the end now, so I'll just stay with you a little longer. And you started with a bubble, so your last stitch should be in a bubble, and then we're going to start our next row. So we're going to yarn over and chain 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to turn our work and start our bubble stitch again. So this might be curling over, absolutely fine. The more you build, the more the work will straighten out. So just as we started our previous row into this stitch here, our chain 3 counts. So we're only doing 4 double crochets instead of the 5. So we'll have 5 loops on our hook instead of 6. So yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And start your next double crochet. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and we have 5 loops on our hook, so we need to yarn over, pull back through all 5 loops, and then we need to go straight into that next chain and make a single crochet. And as you can see now, we've got a bubble on top of our last bubble, and it kind of hides that single crochet row, so no one will even know it was there. So we'll do one more bubble stitch with you, and then I'll meet you again at the end, go through that single crochet row with you one last time, and then I'll let you build your work. So yarn over, insert into the next chain space. We're starting another bubble, and this time we need to finish with 6 loops on our hook. So pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, starting our next double crochet. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Six loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, and then a single crochet into that next chain just to anchor your bubble down. Okay, so your work should start to build like this. So I am going to leave you now to reach the end. This bubble looks a bit deflated. And then I will meet you back and go over that single crochet row one last time. So I've reached the end of my row. I've got my 6 loops on my hook from my last bubble. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, and then chain 1 to secure that last bubble stitch. Then you need to turn your work over, so your work should start to look a little something like this. And then we're going to go back along our work with a row of single crochets. So inserting into every chain space on that row to create your single crochet. So there should be a big one and then a little one, and you just need to continue that way all the way to the end. So inserting into each space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 to create your row of single crochet. And then when you get to the end of this row, chain 3 and start your bobble stitch again. So I hope that's helped and given you a little introduction into how to start your bubble and how to create the bubble stitch in your work. Hit that big red subscribe button for me, give this video a thumbs up if you loved it, and I'll be back next week with another crochet tutorial.